Guess what, man? I finally did it. My agency is systematized. Like the whole thing runs without me. I got one offer, one deliverable. Everything's got an SOP. We got it all organized in ClickUp. The whole thing is just really fucking magic. It's beautiful. How are you doing?
Oh, my agency, it's a little more freeform.
What does that even mean?
It means every day I'm putting out Slack fires.
Sounds like your SOPs are more like, oh shit, protocols.
Daily, I contemplate just blowing this fucking crazy thing the fuck up.
Yeah, well, that sounds scalable.
Clients suck, bro. Just fucking kill me.
What's up, guys? It's Frankie here. In this video, I want to show you how to have an agency runs without you, what I would call a systematized agency, which means in real practical terms, there is work getting done, there are clients getting happy, but none of it depends on you. In fact, most of it is organized and set up to run without you pushing all the buttons and turning the knobs on the machine, because I want you guys to live like gangsters. For those of you guys who don't know me already, my name is Frankie Finn. I wrote these 2 best-selling books, Passive Automated Recurring Income, Beyond the Agency Box. You can find a link for that below this video. And I've also built 3 of my own agencies up to 100 plus clients. Plus I've helped thousands of people like you out there to live this more beach, less laptop lifestyle. Let's get into the good shit.
Yo, it's Frankie Finn. Beach mode engaged. Looms loaded, AI's humming. Let's go.
All right, so I really want you guys to have an experience, an agency that runs without you. Because there is nothing cooler in life. And a lot of people tell me this is impossible, the agency model isn't scalable, and almost always it really just means they're doing it in the wrong way. You know how that old, the devil's in the details. But if you do this right, what you'll find is you'll actually build a machine in the same way that like Ray Kroc is also in the service business, right? He's the founder of McDonald's, for those of you guys who don't know him. He ain't running around making Big Macs, right? He has a system and a process for doing that and employees to manage that. And as a result, Ray sells more hamburgers than anybody else that's ever lived, and yet doesn't make a single burger, right? Just owns the machine. I want you guys to be able to own the machine. So let's talk about what is the first thing, what I would call the prerequisite, or the prerequisites, actually, this is a plural thing, that you need to have so that you can actually build a real business that runs without you. And by the way, if you get this wrong, this is how it's gonna feel.
I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the hat.
All right, here are the prerequisites. You have one niche, you have one solution, / deliverable, okay? If you are doing the whole menu, like a lot of people do as a generalist agency, we do web design, we do pay-per-click, we do SEO, come one, come all, and you're doing it for all kinds of different people, what you're going to find is that more than likely, you will hit an upper limit somewhere in the 10 to 30K per month range, and you will not be able to go past it because your structure is simply broken. And by the way, you will work way harder over here as a generalist doing a little bit of shit for everybody in the 10 to 30K a month than somebody who makes 100K a month that has a systematized agency. They will work 10% as hard as you, but that's just the game and how that goes. Because when you own the machine, this is how you kind of typically spend a day. That's basically how I spend a day these days. Just sitting around, evil laughing. Evil laugh needs work. I know. Anyways, so if you have those things, one niche and one solution. By the way, if you're a generalist, you want to transition, learn to say no, focus on one client you really like and build out a solution. You've been creating solutions already. Just stop doing it one time. Start creating one solution you can reuse again and again and become more productized. Suggest you read the book Built to Sell by John Warlow and also The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Anyways, let's talk about what you do. How do you actually turn your agency from this is you, the little one man, one woman, one person operator, into a machine? And this is like right here, a box where it's kind of like a factory where work gets input in and gets finished out, and you are not the one driving that machine. How do we go to that transition? Because when you do, it's kind of like this. Woo! 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 All right. So I'll tell you how we do it. And ultimately what you need is some sort of project management software. And honestly, it don't really matter which one you pick. A lot of times people ask me which project management software is the best, and the truth is, whatever one you fucking like using the most and see yourself most using. For us, the answer to that question is Asana. I'll tell you the most popular agency answers are either Asana, ClickUp, Monday, Trello, or Go High Level, the old GHL. Okay? So whichever one of those you use that you find yourself liking, those are all acceptable answers. I like Asana because I just make like little notes to myself, and Asana, like I could use it without any training. Okay? So this is what you have to do, is you as an agency owner have a list of things inside of your head, and you have to get those things into your project management. Now, if you're doing one niche and one solution, almost always in order to get a result for a client, there are basically like 10 to 20 mini processes that make up everything you're doing. So you have to get all of those out of your head, and you got to get those into a project manager. And so you're going to list these like a big old to-do list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. And for each of those things, when you create a project management file, inside of them, what you need are a list, what I would call like maybe it's probably more accurate to say instructions, right? Now, there's a fancy name for instructions in service businesses. It stands for SOP, Standard Operating Procedures, but really it's a list of instructions for what to actually do. And by the way, if you lack instructions and you attempt to hire somebody and you just say, go figure it out, they're gonna look at you like this.
So you get fired again, huh?
Oh, yeah. They always freak out when you leave the scene of an accident, you know?
Yeah, well, I lost my job, too.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
No, none taken.
Okay, so every single task, and this is probably, it'll take you a bunch of work the first time you do this. By the way, for folks who are already inside of our agency mastermind, we have a tool that creates SOPs in seconds. You just got to answer a couple of questions about what you're doing, and it'll create these detailed sets of instructions for you. Then what you want to do is when you have a detailed set of instructions is you want to attach it to a person and a date. And you can do this very easily inside of any project manager. So that means, here's how this task is done. Karen is responsible for doing it. I expect it to be done by Friday the 10th by 3 p.m. And what will happen is, by the way, the magic of this is when you have detailed instructions for everything. Let's say, for example, you have an employee who quits and you have to bring in somebody else. It's actually very easy to onboard them. You just like change the name in the project manager. They already come with a set of instructions. They already know what they're supposed to do. They don't even have to ask you how to do the task because the instructions are already laid out for it step by step. And so what happens is, the first time through this, by the way, it took me 6 months to get everything from our project manager, or from in my head into our project manager, and to have step-by-step instructions. Now, by the way, with our tools and our SOPs, I can do this in under 4 hours in a single afternoon, and I can systematize an entire agency, including yours. But what happens is if you do this, you get the list of instructions all step by step, and then every single task in your agency comes out of there. And then what happens is, because people are following your instructions for making the Big Mac, the burgers get made your way. When you think about McDonald's, kind of a shitty fast food restaurant, but they're the masters of consistency, right? Like I went to Beijing, China, and I was like, man, if you get a Big Mac in Beijing, China, it's the same as you would get in Frog Balls, Arkansas. It's the same as you would get in New York City. It's the same as you get as a Big Mac in Paris. Why? They're all working off of the same SOP, right? They're all working off of the same instructions. The process for making it is the same no matter where the fuck you go in the world. And by the way, if you're interested in getting access to these tools, you might want to think about coming hanging with us inside of the Wolfpack Agency Mastermind, which is kind of like this. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So this is all that's really required is you get these 10 to 20 processes over your head. Some of these will be one time. Some of these will be repeating. By the way, inside of Asana, for any repeating tasks, like for example, we have videos that we make inside of our agency, right? Well, inside of the instructions, we have a standard folder we upload it to. We have a standard set of editing that we do. Mark, thank you for all your effort in editing these videos. Mark has a standard process that he does, and we go through and we finish it, and we have a standard way of publishing it, right? So Mark gets to make the burger recipe, in this case, the video, but me, my lazy ass can be at the beach doing what I do, hanging with my kids, mostly getting yelled at, and yet the videos are getting made as they're supposed to. The thumbnails are getting made the way they're supposed to, right? And when we want to make changes to this, by the way, this is an important detail. A lot of times agencies go looking for these unicorn employees, and I believe that you want to have great systems first and great people second. So you certainly want to have good people, right? Like good, dependable, reliable people that actually give a shit. But I'll tell you, if you have good systems, finding good people is a lot easier, right? Like if your business depends on finding Gordon Ramsay level talent to make good burgers, you're going to have a hard time, right? Like you're going to be looking for unicorn chefs that know what they're doing. But if you have a burger system like McDonald's does, you can hire almost any pimply-faced teenager that just can follow the fucking instructions, and they'll do a good job, right? And they'll make sure the burgers get made the way they're supposed to, right? So this is why we really want to focus on this. And I'll tell you the hardest part of all of this for me was one, is that like getting all of those instructions out of your head in paper and then ultimately into your project management and getting every detailed thing that you're doing out of your head. And then the second was actually creating instructions for these. It's kind of boring, it's kind of tedious, which is why I created tools to do it faster. And then the third thing that's really difficult in this is actually just letting go. Just going, okay, I'm not going to touch the ads anymore. I'm not going to touch the videos. I'm not going to touch the thumbnails anymore. I'm going to let somebody else do it, and they're going to follow my process. And when it's not working out, by the way, which happens because sometimes this is an iterative process and you have to make tweaks to it, we almost always, I'll tell you, 19 times out of 20, it's the system you want to tweak, not the people, right? People will go, hey, you made the fucking thing wrong, you didn't do the thing, but almost always it's because you got a broken system, right? It's not because the employee can't follow the burger recipe and he's just an idiot and he's lazy, although those things do happen, right? Almost always it's because your process for making the burgers is too fucking complicated, or there's too many steps missing, or this step 17 doesn't make any fucking sense. Nobody can follow what you're trying to say. But what will happen is eventually you'll get all of this out, and then what will happen is all you really got to do is like once a week or once a month for like an hour, you show up and you look at the stats. And by the way, cool thing about having it all in project management is you can look. Are the boxes getting checked? Are the things that are supposed to getting done? Are the clients getting updated, right? Are all of those things happen? And so you can manage your business in like an hour a week. In fact, Ryan Dice told me, for a lot of you guys who know Ryan Dice, like really famous marketer, he said they have 40 plus seven-figure or bigger like businesses. So he has 40 businesses doing $1 million a year or more. And I asked him, how does he manage it? And he says, in 1 hour and a half to 2 hour meeting on a Monday morning, he pulls up the stats. They look at each business and all their processes, and he's able to make decisions based on their KPIs and what to fix, and then they make tweaks to their processes. And in doing so, because everything has a system and a process, the other piece to this that we didn't even talk about is this makes your agency sellable, right? Nobody wants to buy an agency where an owner's running it with everything in their head. But if you got a business right here where everything's out of the owner's head, which is why people, by the way, like when people go to start a restaurant, and they try it on their own, 9 times out of 10 they fail, right? But when they buy a franchise, the franchise successful rates are 75%. So if 20 businesses start and 10 of them are done on their own, only one of those businesses will be successful because they don't have any processes and things like that. If they start a franchise, they're more than likely going to succeed. Not all of them 100%, but they're more than likely. Why, right? So SOPs and things like that are like a restaurant having recipes, right? Like if you want the next chef behind you to be able to make the burger exactly like you, everything needs a recipe. And so it's a tricky thing. Like I said, you got to first get it out of your head, then you got to make some boring step-by-step instructions, and then you got to like delegate and let go. But if you do this, what you'll find is you end up with a way better business that runs without you. And it's kind of fucking magic when that happens. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Appreciate all you guys for watching, dropping comments, all that good stuff. Appreciate the love. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Again, make sure to subscribe, and may the force be with you. Buy my book or I will replace your favorite shampoo with nothing but pure maple syrup because I'm Canadian as fuck.